Hey guys, what's happening? So it's time for week 2 of my story, my journey, how I got from where I was, fat, lazy, out of shape, to where I am today. So I left off last week with my buddies Chris and Ryder getting me introduced to doing the intermittent fasting. And so I went ahead and decided to start with that on October 1st. And I weighed myself and I was 300 pounds. I was disgusted with the fact that I weighed 300 pounds yet again. So I went ahead and committed to doing this intermittent fasting thing. And I didn't know a whole lot about it, but I had two buddies that had been doing it and been successful and were helping walking me through it. So I started on the 18-hour fast protocol, and I was eating for only 6 hours a day, and my eating times were between 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. So this was a huge adjustment for me because I am a morning eater. I always have been, and I eat huge meals in the morning. So the first couple weeks, I was pretty hungry, pretty miserable, and by the time 1 o'clock rolled around, I was just starving, sometimes to the point of being sick. So, but after a couple weeks, it actually probably only took 5 to 7 days. It seemed like about an eternity, but I started getting used to it. I was eating a little bit better foods for the most part. I was cutting out pizza, and I was cutting out the pastas and lasagna and whatnot. I was doing a lot of bagged salads, the salad kits from Walmart. And I was tracking my calories for the most part using the MyFitnessPal app. And I set myself up on, I believe it was about a 3,000 calorie a day protocol. And I was getting pretty close most days. I would have days where I would have, a piece of candy or lots of soda and lots of energy drinks pretty much every day. And I started seeing some results. I was losing weight. By 1st of November, I dropped 20 pounds, so I was back down to 280. Some of my clothes were fitting better. And I also had joined another mastermind group, and part of that mastermind group talked about the gym a lot and my nutrition, and getting those two things in line, my nutrition and my fitness. And if I got those in line, then I could get the rest of my life in order. So at first I was like, nah, I'm just gonna keep doing this. And the nutrition, I felt I was doing really good. And I was tracking my calories, but I wasn't really weighing any food I was eating. I wasn't measuring much anything. I was just like, okay, well, the bag says it's 800 calories for the whole bag, so I'm going to eat the whole bag for dinner. And I'll throw about this much chicken on top. Call it good. And it was working for me until December. December, I joined the gym and decided I was going to start working out. And my buddy Harley set me up on a workout plan. And as I do everything, I dove in head first. And man, I was hitting that gym every morning, getting up at 3:30, at the gym at 4, slamming them weights around, just banging things out, feeling good, not losing any weight. First part of December, I weighed in at 277 and some change. And by middle of December, I was still at 277. And I was starting to get frustrated and pissed off. And by the last week of December, I dropped a few pounds. I was down to 269, I believe. And then I hurt myself at the gym because I was pushing too hard, too fast, trying to do too much, trying to go too far, and I ended up paying for it. So there I was, hurt, couldn't lift weights, couldn't hardly do anything, Scale's not moving. What do I do now? And you'll have to come back next week to find out what I did next. Anyway, I hope you're following along and checking this out. This will probably take about 5 weeks or so to get through the whole story, and I'll try to keep them short. Anyway, if you want, you can find me on YouTube at Scott, SCOTBRADLY 726. You can find me on Facebook, Scott.Strofe, Instagram, Scott.Strofe. Anyway, follow me along and listen to my journey. Peace.